You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
All right, my dear listener, that has been a Matata, the Gengeton Love, getting us to the 26 minutes past the 8 a.m. And of course, as I told you before, earlier on, I'll be having a very important guest with me. And I think ndo ile time imefika, they have arrived. Habari zenu. Kindly get closer to the mic so that... Yeah. So my name is Mboya, and I would like you guys to introduce yourselves so that my dear listeners can understand and know niko na kina nani siku ya leo. So, madams, ladies first, they say.
Yeah, habari asubuhi. My name is Elizabeth Kinuthia. I serve at Synapis as coordinator for the alumni and also male. Na nimefurahia kuwa hapa. Yeah.
That is the only lady that we are privileged to have at the moment. Mr. Man.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone is here.
My name is Franklin Gitau. I work with an organization called Somo Africa and is the manager for our coast operations. Yeah, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes, my name is Raphael Abdelmajid Igombo. I work at Fort Jesus Museum, the World Heritage Site at Old Town, Mombasa, as the head of education and public programs. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Okay, apparently, my dear listeners, so the information that I have is they are planning to have an annual trade fair that will have entrepreneurs from both Kenya and Tanzania. The organization is... This is organized by Somo Africa, that is in partnership with Fort Jesus, Synapis, Kenya Red Cross, Kenya Small Business Development Center, Mombasa, Kenya Climate Innovation Center in Komoko, Baustaka Yepi, Swahili Port, and lastly, the Youth Empowerment Center. So, what is this trade fair all about, and what is to be expected on the 9th and 10th of December?
Thank you so much. So the trade fair is an annual holiday market that was started in 2019. We have been doing it in Nairobi at the Alchemist Westlands. So the special thing about this, or what happens, is that we'll have entrepreneurs from low-resourced communities, and then we will locate a site that is, I would say, high-end and can pull traffic. And then these entrepreneurs will display their product and will invite members of the public. So our combined effort, we as an organization and the entrepreneurs will pull the members of the crowd to come and buy from them. And the message is pretty simple, that we want to support our big and established businesses, but we want the members of the public to do their holiday shopping through these SMEs, to support them and to grow them so that in future they can be as big as these businesses. So what is special about this market for this year is that for the first time we are having it in Mombasa at the Fort Jesus, and we have partnered with Fort Jesus, the ministry, and also the entrepreneur support organizations to make this happen. So we have lots of entrepreneurs from Mombasa, the coastal region, and then we also have entrepreneurs from Tanzania and Nairobi, Kisumu, and Western region.
All right. That is Mr.
Franklin.
He's telling us that it is an initiative that is always happening in Nairobi, and for the first time, this is happening in Mombasa. Madams, tell me more about Synapis and what you're bringing on board come the 9th and 10th on the trade fair.
Yeah, so for Synapis, we usually train and support entrepreneurs. Hao ni wafanya biashara ambao wako in different levels. Unaweza kuwa na idea stage, we work with you until biashara isimame. Tuko na wale ambao wako startups 2 years and below. Kuna wale ambao wako ideally established, but you never cease to go to the next level. So tuko na different programs ambazo tuna serve these different categories of entrepreneur. Alafu something extra is that tuna foster ile alumni network. So baada ya mafunzo tuna onboard kwa ile community, unaweza kuinteract na other entrepreneurs ambao wamefanya the same program, na kupitia hiyo networking, kushirikiana moja na mwingine, at least mna forge forward in your entrepreneurship journey. So Synapis tuko the headquarters in Nairobi, but we have an office here in Mombasa at Ratna Square. And within the coast, we've been around for a while, close to 3 years now, having trained more than 600 entrepreneurs, kwa sababu tumekuwa na training in Kwale, within Mombasa County, Taita Taveta County. We've had workshop in Lamu, Tana River. Yeah, so we've supported entrepreneurs across the board, na bado tunaendelea. Entrepreneurship journey haikomi, it's the way to go in this modern world. So it's something to embrace. We never stop learning. We need to kuzana moja na mwingine. What do I bring on the table? What do we bring on the table as Synapis? Collaboration is key. Collaboration is the way to go. Not only among entrepreneurs, but also among the support organizations. And that is why we've seen it fit to be part of this project, this venture with Somo. We are here bringing the entrepreneurs we've trained, waweze kutangamana na wengine. And also collaboration within the coast is very important. So unakuta ni vizuri kuride on that wave. Yeah. And also it's easy when you unite. There is maximum utilization of resources, kuna hiyo exchanging ideas, na the bigger picture ni how wafanya biashara wakue. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Man. You know, Fort Jesus has been there for a while.
Yes.
And why have you chosen to venture into the business center, business sector, and be part and parcel of this? Being that we all know that Fort Jesus is a historical site, and it has been there. It's mainly focuses on tourism.
Yes.
And we see that this time round, Fort Jesus is being part and parcel of entrepreneurship businesses and small SMEs.
Yeah, it's quite true. Fort Jesus is a World Heritage Site. It has been nominated into the UNESCO World Heritage list. And it's because of the uniqueness of the site. But you see that a site like this is supposed to be owned by the community.
Exactly.
And so the community around the old town of Mombasa, or Mombasa in general, should own Fort Jesus as one of their own, as one of their heritage. And we know among the community, or the people living in the community, most of them are people who really want to survive, want the economic aspects to be looked into. So Fort Jesus and the National Museums of Kenya always works with the community. We engage the community. And we saw the importance of really looking into issues of entrepreneurship. Because you find that if at all you have to sustain the tourism around Fort Jesus, then the local community has to gain out of the tourism, or even harness the opportunity of Fort Jesus being wherever it is.
Yeah.
So people around Fort Jesus are doing a lot of small-scale
businesses. Yeah.
They have these curio shops, they have food bazaar, they have so many. And when Frank and my dear friend Eliza came to us to collaborate, it was like God sent, because we've been doing all these small activities around Fort Jesus. Exactly. But now in cooperation with Somo and Synapis, it really adds value, because they're good in entrepreneurship training.
Exactly.
We're not so good in that, but we are good in engaging, mobilizing. And so we felt like some of our people in the community will gain a lot from this particular event. And I'm sure in future, we'll now collaborate more and have a lot of fruitful events, which will really gain and benefit the community.
That is a very good insight and a very good plan for the community at large and those people around Fort Jesus. To my dear listeners, I think this conversation is a very helpful one. Let's keep this conversation going, and I think for the meantime, we're going for a short musical break, and then we'll be back with more and more of this. Remember, you tune in to the Breakfast Vibe with your captain, man like Mboya, your finest presenter. Keep the conversation going on all social media platforms, that is Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Ukifanya mahesabu yako ya kibiashara, ukihesabu stock, ongeza hiyo thao, useme I invested this money into this business. And once you're there, maximize that opportunity. So for the youths, those we've trained as therapists, those who've been trained by either ESOs, kindly take this opportunity, embrace it, and be intentional with the networks that you're going to build there. That's why we are very big on branding. Unaweza sema watu wanatusumbua, they're making our lives hard. Entrepreneurship haitaki uzembe. So
inataka mtu ajitume.
Kujituma muhimu. So
jitume vilivyo.
And we are not saying that you come with those glossy flyers ama sijui glossy posters. Bora umejituma, have that poster ama have that card that can continue the conversation even after you meet with that person who's interested in your product. Wenda asinunue, but at the back of his or her mind atajua,
when I need this
when
thing,
I need this, I've got
this person I can contact. Exactly.
Yes. So between now and then, also polish your social media. Ndio mtu akienda pale social media asishangala.
What are these? It is very important because when you introduce someone to your business and then you like, I've got a social media platform and all that, trust you me, I will just rush to your social media platforms so that I can see like what do you have in store. When I get there and then I see Mashaka and I'm like, what are these?
By the way, social media, that's where you now understand really what the product is.
You get the clear picture of the person. And you get like, I can't be explaining to you something. I'm telling you like this is what you'll get from me and all that. Alafu nikitoka nikienda like the services you've already offered to other people ama whatever you're offering, nikienda ku compare to what I see in the social media platforms and handles that you've given, it's a total different thing. Do you think it will push me to want to work with you?
No. And then you see social media is very powerful, and it allows any entrepreneur to access customers beyond their physical location. So I think branding, that physical branding, having those branding materials with you should also translate in how are you branding yourself in the social media. Because you can have a quick conversation, you've given me the card, or we have a very good conversation. At that time, I may not have time to digest more what you're telling me. But when I'm in my own free time, I might want to browse and check you on social media. If those products are not as they are, as you had explained them, then I'm going to, move on to another business.
I will just look for another business person who is very much serious. I will call it serious.
For Jesus, museums have been. I've always had a tag of history, and things of the past. And when you talk to things of the past to the youth, they get bored.
Very bored. Very. Like, how have you even started telling me about things that happened? Vasco da Gama. I wasn't even there.
That was during school when we were being told about where Vasco da Gama went.
And all that.
Now, the youth need to know something that has value.
Exactly.
So as for Jesus, we want to really bring in the youth and show them that the museums are also places where you can also invest. Like we have artists, we have people who are doing recycling of used objects. Like we have an example of one of the youth in Swahili Port who does bags, rocker bags. These bags are from those banners, those big boards that we take and put. Now after you've put your banner up there, you'll take it out. So where do you take that plastic material? that will now destroy the environment. So what
exactly.
they do, they make bags.
From
those
those
plastics.
yeah.
And then they come in with some innovativeness. They create some African materials and put them around. So that has really given them some mileage.
Yeah.
And so the youth now feel we need to work with Fort Jesus, because that is where we can showcase our
the ideas and their creativity is going to be appreciated in such areas,
and it will even bring you some shillings.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now we've given them space, they are now showcasing their products, and the visitors who come into Fort Jesus to visit will always buy that.
It's always about chasing the bag.
They are chasing the bag.
Yeah. And there is also the last hashtag, which we never had a chance to explain, shop for presents and timeless treasures. The way Mr. Raphael is explaining, there is a lot of treasure even in our history. Like when you are stepping even into Fort Jesus, you are stepping into history.
Exactly.
And the way we were also, when we were organizing the market, we were trying to think, the Fort Jesus is the history of Mombasa. Entrepreneurship is the history of the youths, not only in Mombasa, but the youths in Kenya. So how can we integrate the history and the present, So, and it will be very evident during the market when we'll be having those, products from that has the antique, historical significance with now what he's explaining. Entrepreneurs who are looking at the current challenges and social problems and making product out of that. And they are actually looking into the future. How can we make Kenya, how can we make this country better by taking the current challenges and bringing solutions, product that really touch or try to solve the challenges that we are looking at. So we are shopping for presents during our holiday. We usually buy some presents for our relatives, for
and
our families. So those presents will have an integration of the past and the present.
Exactly. That is very, very interesting, and that is very nice. Actually, I have learned quite a number of things with you guys in studio today, and I hope my dear listeners out there have grabbed one, two, three things out here. And I think it's about time I give you that chance to give the parting shot and tell my dear listeners what they are to expect on the trade fair. The floor is yours.
First I'll say karibuni sana to Somo Soko. Personally, I'm so excited. I wish everyone could buy into the excitement that I have. Because it's an eye-opener. It's a platform, it's a stage to take you to the next level. Don't look at it that I'm selling to Mombasa residents. Yes, we're going to sell to Mombasa residents, but also look at it that it will position me on even a global platform, because when you sell to that visitor who's flown in from a different country, flown in from a different county, flown in from a different sub-county within Mombasa, trust me, that connection will take you far. So for the entrepreneurs who signed up, for the entrepreneurs who are going to sign up after this, leverage on every opportunity, on every good thing that can come out of that fair. We'll also be having guys from the county government. That question you always want to ask about businesses in Mombasa. What do I need? Nikuwe na money as an entrepreneur in Mombasa. Kindly take that opportunity, because they will be there. They'll be there to answer your questions. They'll be there to address your concern, and also network. Build a community also of entrepreneurs. Mnaweza jikuta nyinyi ni watu wa craft. Mnaweza ungana form aka good thing out of the fair that will continue on even after the 2 days that we be there at Fort Jesus. na wengine maybe wajaifika Mombasa, not Mombasa, Fort Jesus. Unajua when you're in a place unadhani umeenda na hujaenda.
And then you realize many of the people around, when you ask them whether they've been to Fort Jesus inside, I say no, I always see, but I don't know what really is inside.
There are quite a number of people. I personally know. Mtu naambia like ushaifika Fort Jesus, kwani Fort Jesus ni hapo tu. Like the question is, have you been inside there? You know the history that is inside there, like every information that is inside.
So it's good. So the thing is not about entrepreneurs peke. Everyone is welcome. Come see the heritage in Mombasa. Come see what people in Mombasa are doing. Working with entrepreneurs, me were shocked every now and then because like, what? Mtu alifikiria hivyo.
Like,
it's making money.
Hii Mombasa yetu hii mtu anaweza fanya kitu kama hii.
It's so rich. So everyone is welcome. Come by that. If you want a unique thing, please come for that fair. Not the normal presents. Very unique presents.
Very unique because
not the normal t-shirt that you meandikwa I love you, Juanga words. No, very unique presents will be at the fair. So all are welcome. Let's come explore and appreciate the heritage within.
Unasema presents will not be like a Kenya uniform. Ile yenye mtu amevaa hapa hivi, hujafika hata stage, ushapishana na watu wengine ile like
nothing special about it. It's uniform.
Make a difference during this holiday season by visiting the fair.
So for me, I have two messages for the entrepreneurs and members of the public. For the entrepreneurs, we can assure you that Somo Soko will give you opportunities to network, to showcase your creative and stylish products. And we can only hope that you will take advantage of the market. You've prepared well. You're organizing products that we can give the members of the public, not only these products, but a wholesome experience in shopping. So I just hope that you are preparing, you are making your products, you're making those fine-tuning in branding, in packaging, and preparing your products. So for the members of the public, this event is actually for you. You will have a pool of 100 businesses to pull or to buy from. We can assure you of an awesome shopping experience. We actually value you so much. We are hoping that on those 2 days you will come and support entrepreneurs from the coast, Nairobi, Western Region, and Arusha. We would also want you to come and learn. Maybe you have always wanted to start a business. You can get insights from these entrepreneurs. And we want you to move around. By looking at the product that these entrepreneurs have made, you can learn so much about our culture, the Kenyan culture in various regions, and the Arusha culture. These products might be similar, but they are slightly differentiated and they reflect the culture of a particular community. So just come, look at this product. It is a mirror. We say that of late I've been seeing entrepreneurship as a mirror in our society. So you can look at, when you look at those products, see solutions from the challenges that have faced the coastal communities and Kenya at large and Arusha. So karibuni sana, and come shop for presents and timeless treasures. Thank you.
Unasema for the 2 days Fort Jesus itakuwa kama mall.
Utakosa utachekwa.
Ukikosa utachekwa.
Utachekwa vibaya.
For me, I want to welcome everyone to come to this event because it's very special. They'll have a combination of history and entrepreneurship and among other things. You know, among the Sustainable Development Goals, we're looking at how we can really empower the community to be able to sustain whatever they are doing. This is part of it. So when they come out there, they'll be able to see what the culture is. One very interesting thing is about the diversity of culture around Fort Jesus. You know, even in the history, There were the Portuguese, there were the Omanis, there were the British who came. You can imagine all that boiling of culture that was around there. So, like this event on Saturday, there'll be a lot of cultures boiling around. There'll be food cuisines, local Swahili foods will be, of course, showcased by the different people there. So somebody from Nairobi would want to come and test some of the bajias, the pilaus, the biryanis. That would be quite a different thing for them to really engage with the cultures around. Others will now be looking at the cultural attire of the local people. So when they come there, they'll see some very unique kind of attires that will really be showcasing our culture in the coast. And of course, others now will try to be creative, like the artists who will be coming up with some very important expressions in terms of art and so on. So I can tell them, karibuni sana, and please, this is the opportunity for the accessibility, because everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
Whether you're a woman, you're a man, you're youth, you're elderly, you're a disabled, you're all welcome to Fort Jesus, and the accessibility is there. So karibuni sana. Thank you.
That has been a grateful insight, a very fruitful conversation, and I'm glad you guys came and you've created an opportunity for the entrepreneurs in Mombasa and made the holiday season very, very fruitful. And mumenisaidia sana, because I think if I will have to come, I'll be looking for something very, very unique, so that
very unique. Yes.
So that nikitembea the streets of Mombasa, at least nikuwe like everyone is like, umetoa wapi? Naambia ni trade fair fulani hapa nilikuwa nimeattend anyway.
And you know this, we want this to be an annual event.
It's an annual event now. This is it the first time you're doing it?
Yes.
It's something that you've done already, and then this is the second first?
We've done others with other, like the government, county government of Mombasa. We had some events that are similar like this, but we were not really focusing on entrepreneurship. Now this is especially for the entrepreneurs, and it's quite similar to the others, but this is unique on its own. And Somo has been able to do it in Nairobi and maybe other parts. But now in Mombasa, we want really this to be an annual event, so that at every time in the year, we'll decide which time that it happens. So it's quite key that people come and see this particular event.
All right.
And especially the business people, they need to come and see, like the banks, the social, corporate responsibility. When they come and they give out some monies or capital to groups to be able to support themselves, they should come and see what these groups are doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that is very, very, very great. Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. Thank you, Mr. Frank and Madam Liz. Lady that we are privileged to have. It's quite very, very, very difficult to be just males.
Gender balance.
We should always balance the gender.
You're coming nice. Very fast. They are taking over.
They're taking over everywhere.
Yes,
which is great. Which is great. I love how the female gender is dominating in very various sectors in this universe of ours. They should keep winning, actually.
They're loving, they're so good at taking care of us. So when they're up there, we will feel comfortable.
A society that embraces the women empowerment, a society that thrives. If you look at our society, our families, the families that those either women were empowered by either having a business or accessing education, you cannot compare that family with another family that did not have those privileges. You can see the level of the standards, the living standards are a bit high. So that's what we also advocating as an organization, that for a very long time, women have been denied access to some of these opportunities. Now is the time to.
But Frank, you should not forget, let's not forget the boys.
Of course.
Because it's like we are really supporting the women and then we are forgetting the boys. So the boys are left out. They're getting into other things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Should not forget them.
Amani is
Boychal pia ni muhimu. Boychal pia ni muhimu.
yes, of course.
It's 17 minutes past 9 a.m. with a very fruitful conversation with my guest today. And if you've been following up the conversation, remember to follow up on their social media platforms that they already gave to you for more insights, and make sure you attend the trade fair. Itakuwa Fort Jesus tarehe ni 9 na tarehe 10. 2 good days of nice shopping and nice insights and nice learning. Actually, the main important thing you should put in mind ni kwenda kujifunza mengi kuhusiana na biashara, hususan wanasema wazungu wa mambo wanakuambia entrepreneurship. In the meantime, we are going for a musical break as we keep on giving you the vibe. Remember, you are tuned into the Breakfast Vibe with your captain, man like Mboya, your finest presenter. In the meantime, techno giving us the enjoyment that we all want.
Body